We've let the carburetor sit overnight. Let's take a look and see how it's looking. I haven't even looked at it yet, to be honest with y'all. Here's our float. That looks a lot better. Probably should get a clean rag. We formulated a plan together. We're gonna share with you here in a minute how we're gonna get the sludge out of the crankcase and the rear differential out of Jimmy behind us. The top of the carburetor. This looks like I really need to spray it off with some carb clean. It should come pretty clean. It's coming pretty clean, look at that. Oh yeah, look at all that crap, look at all that crap. We're also gonna be using some 600 grit with some lubrication oil to clean the mating surfaces. We're just gonna do a figure 8 pattern and just use 600 grit. And then get some gaskets made up for it. So we can hopefully see if this semi-rebuild of this carburetor can have it work, or if not, we're just gonna get a new carburetor for it, guys. I'm not gonna go too long on trying to get this old carburetor to work. If it wants to work, we'll let it work. If it doesn't, then hey, we'll just get a new one for it. So we're gonna get this carburetor cleaned up, wipe off these parts, put this thing back together, and then run our engine with a little bit of diesel at first for like 30 seconds. I've done this before. I've done the whole diesel flush thing with an engine before, a way newer engine, way nicer of an engine, way more expensive of an engine than this old thing right here. But if you guys seen our last video, we had a bunch of sludge in the oil crankcase. We tried to drain the oil, a lot of sludge is in there. So what we're gonna do is 30 seconds of diesel, flush that out, then we're gonna run ATF for a little bit longer and let the ATF clean everything, lubricate everything back up. There's still some oil in the crankcase, so when we throw the diesel in there, we're not gonna throw too much because there's still a lot of oil left in there as well. About 30 seconds, we're gonna raise up the rear end. Hopefully we can throw this thing. We haven't even tried to throw it in gear, so we're gonna try that for the first time in this video. We're gonna jack up the rear axle, put some jack stands underneath. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the rear axle because you guys know that was sludged up too, and we gotta do the same thing with the gearbox as well after we get this taken care of. We're gonna run diesel at first, let all that sludge for 30 seconds, go through a couple gears, clean it up. Then we're gonna come back with ATF again. We're using some cheap ATF, non-synthetic stuff that's, you know, economical. First things first, let's get this carburetor rebuilt so we can get this thing running for 30 seconds because right now we ain't got no carburetor on there. The tire guy is gonna be here any minute. I think he actually just called me. I need to call him back. He's gonna be out here, assess our tires and wheel situation, see if it's safe to rebuild and put new tires on it. If it's not, we're just gonna get new wheels immediately and not wait. So we're gonna get to work, guys. See you in a minute. So as you can see, a lot has happened since the last time we checked up with you. Things were just happening and happening. It's been a few hours since we did an update, but all the wheels except one have been taken off Jimmy. They're all taken apart on the side of the shop. We're making sure we keep the rings and the wheels all together so that we don't mix match rings and wheels. But they're all off. We're gonna be getting some new tires for those wheels, cleaning them up, making sure they're good to go. If they're not, we're just gonna have to toss them. But I know they're dangerous wheels. I've been reaching out to people constantly about getting custom wheels or adapters Nobody I've reached out to can either find wheels for me, make wheels for me. I've been on the phone nonstop. Long story short, we're gonna roll with these wheels. They're the same wheels that are on Mater, and they cleaned up pretty good and they seated well. Hopefully these seat well too. We gotta be very careful when we air those things up. But while I was out there dealing with the wheels, we had Dippin' Diesel in here rebuilding that carburetor, and it is back on the truck. So if it doesn't work, we know who to blame.
I guess it's my fault. I put it all back together.
Definitely back together. We used a couple of the old gaskets only because they look to be in decent shape, and if we have a vacuum leak or whatever, hey, it is what it is. We'll immediately address it. We'll spray some soapy water down there. We'll figure out where it's coming from. We'll just rebuild that gasket. But we don't want to go out and get a rebuild kit for this carburetor because we may just change carburetors depending on how it runs. But man, things are coming together for old Jimmy here. We're about to hit the electric fuel pump, see if we can fill that bowl, because if that bowl doesn't fill and we don't get fuel, then this thing's not going to run. Alrighty guys, so this diff is something like I've never seen before. It's a diff like I've never seen before. So the fill is on the side. It's this big lug. I just got my big wrench to go around it. At first I wasn't sure if it was something like something down here, so I was kind of picking at the top of it. But then I was like, well, maybe I'll just put a wrench on it. Sure enough, dude, came right out. Didn't even get me in trouble. So we just filled it up with diesel. There's still some oil in there. We're gonna run it for a couple minutes, just get it all mixed up, and then we're gonna drain it. Then we're gonna run some ATF, drain it. Then we're gonna run some diff fluid, actual diff fluid.
Was it 80-90?
Yeah, I think 80-90. We'll run that, run it down the road or something, run it back, dump that to get all that ATF and diesel out, and then run it again.
Wait,
so
how are you gonna run it down the road?
we're gonna drive it down the road. Yep, we're gonna drive it just like this.
It's gonna go floating.
Yeah, next week when we get the tires, we're gonna take it down the road. I wonder if the, well, brake's probably on, but.
Well, we don't even have to, it's already on jack, so we can just put it in gear.
I wonder if it's freed up.
And run it like that.
I wonder if both sides are freed up or if they're gonna act stubborn like they were. See if they're freed up. Oh yeah, she'll spin. If I can move it, the truck definitely can. Is this the side that was giving us issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the driver's side. Okay, so that's gonna be fun. Whenever we get this thing running, we're gonna run and get more gas because it ain't got no gas in it. But you didn't get any fuel to the bowl?
I got like a couple drops of fuel in there.
Okay,
it's just there's no fuel going in, so.
All right. Yeah, we'll run to the gas station, get some more gas. The carburetor looks pretty good, dude. We did a decent job on that thing.
Yeah.
Gunk. The parts cleaner thing did a pretty good job. I'm happy how it came out. It'll be interesting to see how it runs. To the store and got some gas, and we're gonna go ahead and turn on our pump, see if we can get some fuel in the bowl.
See if it stops.
Yeah, see if it stops too. See if the float stops. It should.
Shut it off, shut it off. Man, you should have shut it off, dude.
And I was gonna see if this thing was stop high.
Yeah, this thing was stuck. I already knew that it wasn't. I already knew that it was gonna get stuck. You should have listened to me.
Should have trusted Dippin'.
Because when you put this top on right here, it keeps this in place,
okay,
so it's not gonna be moving around like that. You should have just listened to me, dude. Now we got fuel everywhere.
You're the one who told me to test it on camera.
Yeah, and I told you to shut it off.
Nope, I didn't hear him. Did y'all hear him?
Oh my
I didn't hear him
God,
say
dude.
shut it off. I don't know. I don't know about y'all. I didn't hear him.
We should be good to go now.
All right, let's throw the lid back on it. We overfilling, but we are shooting.
Yeah, once we get this on, we'll show them the fuel.
All right. Let's show them what the viewers want to see, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm trying, dude.
Viewers are trying to see fuel in Jimmy. We got to give them what they want. Yeah. Wiggling it in there or what?
I'm trying, yeah.
Trying to wiggle it? These one-barrel carburetors are very, very simple. There's like, what, 5 pieces to them, major pieces, and that's it. They don't need much. They don't need much work. They don't need much cleaning. They pretty straightforward and straight shooter when it comes to fuel. I mean, not much to these one-barrels.
Yeah, we took Mater's carb apart so many times.
Dude, a million times.
What did it end up being? Was it the, I think
jets?
It was the float.
Jets.
The jet we had a problem with.
The float couldn't.
Road.
Yeah, the float. Stuff kept getting caught in the jets, and then the float would not either let fuel in or stop. It would just overfuel.
Yeah, we had our trouble with that carburetor. This one was a little bit more simple.
A lot more simple.
So we ended up having to take this apart. Again, you guys didn't see it, but we forgot to put a spring underneath the accelerator plunger. That was letting
pump?
the plunger pump, whatever. So we did have to take this off one more time, but we got all the parts back on, and everything should be working.
Tight like a tiger.
Almost tight like a tiger.
We got an air cleaner for this thing, but it definitely would do more harm than good if we threw it on.
I think you threw that out.
No, I still got it. I don't throw barely anything away. I'm like a...
Oh yeah, we getting fuel.
You got fuel? Jimmy's got fuel or what?
Yeah, she's shooting now.
Show me the fuel we're getting with Jimmy.
You guys can barely see it on the camera, but we're getting fuel now.
Sweet.
And this fuel pump is actually working now too, so we should be able to start this thing up.
Yeah, I was literally about to, I just grabbed the tools. I was about to yank that factory fuel pump off and put the new one on that we got. But the electric fuel pump started to work. We were having some issues with it initially.
Yeah.
So let's throw some diesel. I know that's a red can, but there's diesel in here. I just filled it up. Don't give me crap. I need to get a diesel can. This is exactly what you're supposed to put in your crankcase if you guys didn't know. Diesel fuel. With how sludged up it was, we're gonna let it run for about 30 seconds with diesel in it. Let it clean it up a bit.
I'd say that's good.
It's pretty good right there. I think that's good. That'd be good.
You can hear that going all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
So this is an alternative to dropping the oil pan. Because we don't really want to drop the oil pan if we don't necessarily have to.
No, we don't want to do that. It's going to take a lot of time. Also, you guys and Rick, I reached out to Rick. You guys know I call him. He said that diesel, just like we're doing, is going to be good for it. He saw the video. He saw the sludge. And he, just like my other friends, and just like I was thinking that we'll run this a couple times. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't clear it out, hey, we'll just drop the pan. It's that easy.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, we got some ATF as well. People, I think Mike told us to put ATF in here, so we'll probably use that stuff too to clear it out.
That ATF can run a little bit longer than diesel because diesel is going to evaporate really quick and doesn't have any lubricity. Is that the word? Lubricity to it. So we don't want to run it long with diesel and wear the engine out very quickly, but we do want to clean it up. So we'll let this sit for a second, and we're about to crank this bad boy up. Let it run through the gears. Hopefully it'll even start. First of all, we need to see if it'll start with this carb. Second of all, we need to see if it'll go into gear. Third of all, we need to let it run for 30 seconds and then dump the fluids and do it all over again.
I'd say don't even worry about the diff right now because we got diesel in here. You don't want to run that long. So just focus on running this for 30 seconds. And then when we either put the ATF or more oil, then we'll check the
All right.
the diff.
That sounds like a plan. We can do that. We got power?
Yeah, just tell me when to put the fuel pump.
All right, go ahead and turn the fuel pump on.
You're good to go.
Here we go.
Yep.
All right, got the fire.
Give some gas.
Oh, freaking died. The gas pedal was working though there for a second.
Did you put that oil drain plug? Yeah, you had to.
Yeah, I put it back on. It's only hand tight though. Try it again?
Yeah.
That's the starter being caught up.
Yeah, that's the starter getting caught up.
Huh.
You want to try it again?
Huh?
You want to try it again?
Yeah, we'll try it again. I need to get a bucket to sit on, dude. It's hard for me to hit the pedal and try to stand up straight at the same time. Yeah, that was definitely the starter though. It was giving us issues the other day. Yeah, I'll sit on this. What can you stand on? You need anything to stand on?
I mean, I can just see from right here.
Alright.
I'm only working the fuel pump. You ready?
Alright, ready?
Oh, hold on.
What happened?
Vice grip spill.
Yeah, I'm scared there for a second.
They weren't tight.
Thought my truck fell apart.
It is on jack stands.
That is true. A little sketch. We good?
Almost. All right, fuel pump's going on.
Ready?
Yep. All right. Well, hold the pedal all the way to the floor. All right, you're smoking down here.
Does it start?
It's smoking at the starter, yeah.
Get too hot?
I don't know, but you're smoking.
You want to crank it over and let me see? Doesn't look that bad.
Seems like the battery doesn't have enough power.
May need to put it on the charger. I mean, we got a couple wires that don't have sheathing, but for the most part, it doesn't look actually too bad.
You put that fuel pump on?
Yeah. All right, working solid. I don't see any smoking at the starter.
You didn't see any?
No, I didn't see any.
It was smoking for the next to the probably where there's like 3 different wires connected in one spot.
Yeah, I see that. I didn't see any though. But it keeps dying. That's another issue we got going on. It's a fuel issue. I saw some backfire through the carb.
It's definitely not getting the fuel that it needs. Because usually, like on Mater, this truck has I think it has a throttle. You know how on Mater has that throttle?
Yeah,
throttle?
the lever. It doesn't have one on this truck. If it does, it's not hooked up.
Well, it's one of these.
Oh, you know what it might be? It might be that AFR screw we kept messing with. We kept backing it out.
This out.
Yeah, I backed that out. So we need to adjust that.
Well, that's all the way tight now.
What about the
There's one right here that we
throttle linkage? Need to probably tighten it. May just need a carb adjustment. That might be our problem right there. Here, hold the camera.
This was pretty loose, so it may.
Maybe that.
I think it's gonna richen it up a little bit.
Here, hold this. I'm gonna go try to crank it back up.
Ready? Fuel pump going on. Yeah, I see you're smoking down there too now. You're smoking in 2 spots down there. It's smoking on the chassis ground, and then where all those wires come together.
So we got some wire issues we need to take care of.
You hear that chassis ground right there?
Yeah, I see it.
That little ribbon. It's smoking from right there at the starter, and then you can still see it smoking a little bit.
It just looks like
there.
that definitely needs to be cleaned. 100%. Well, we'll have to cut this off.
There's a longer one in the garage.
Yeah. We'll get that replaced. But a lot of work. We got a lot of work done on this truck today. We can't beat ourselves up. We are about to actually pull the F-250 in here and do a video on that, so stay tuned for that. You guys are going to see a huge video. We've been planning it for a while, and we have actually an appointment set up for that F-250 that we have to meet, or we keep wrenching on this thing, and we get that ground fixed. But with my work schedule, his work schedule, we got to keep on schedule. So we got a lot of work done on this truck today.
Oh yeah.
A lot of work. We got like a 6-hour block that we got done on this truck today. So we're gonna get the F-250 pulled in here for the next video. We'll probably start on the wiring tonight. I'll probably start on it once everybody heads out from the F-250 video, because we're gonna have a special guest in here. You guys haven't seen him in a while. We're gonna get that thing worked on, get it fixed up, and the F-250 is gonna look sick after we get done doing what we're doing to it. So hope you guys enjoy the video. We did get a lot done on Jimmy today. Sucks that little issue with the wiring. But hey, it did start up, did run for a minute. We're having a fuel issue, having a little bit of a wire issue we're gonna have to diagnose. We will do that shortly. But if you guys are new, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Check out Dippin' Diesel for giving me a help in all these videos. His link is always down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, hit the like button if you did enjoy it. And stay tuned for the next Jimmy video. We're getting those tires put on very soon. I just got a picture of the tires, what they look like. He just sent me the pictures that we're gonna be throwing on this thing, and you guys are gonna love them. So we'll see you in the next one. Peace.